Bold vision, courage, perseverance. These are not only the qualities Ursuline Academy seeks to instill in its students. These are the qualities that propelled the Ursuline sisters since their beginning, through centuries of triumph and challenge. And it is this gift from the sisters, shaped by bold vision, fueled by courage and perseverance, that blazed a path for generations of young women to come. In 1535, St. Angela Merici gathered 24 women as the Company of St. Ursula. They dedicated their lives to helping women recognize their importance and dignity. Thus began the first teaching order of women in the Church. With this bold vision, the Ursuline mission spread and the world changed for countless young women around the globe. The Ursulines first came to Boston in 1819, opening a school in Charlestown that blossomed into one of the area's leading education centers. When an anti-Catholic mob reduced the school to ashes in 1834, the Ursuline sisters were forced to leave the Boston area, but they never gave up. In 1946, more than a century later, the Ursulines were invited by then Archbishop Richard Cushing to return to Boston to establish a new school. Ursuline Academy opened in a stunning mansion at 12 Arlington Street, filled with magnificent woodwork and elaborately carved plaster ceilings. In this beautiful building, under the direction of the sisters, the Academy flourished, so much so that within a decade it had outgrown its space. With the courage and vision of St. Angela Merici, the sisters made the decision to leave Boston for the suburbs and build a new school building. With determination and hard work, they were able to secure a 27-acre property in Dedham, the current home of our beautiful campus. The sisters broke ground for the new school in 1958, and in September of 1959, the building opened with a student body of 258, including kindergarten and grades 7 through 12. Now, 75 years later, with alumnae numbering in the thousands, we honor the remarkable legacy of the Ursuline sisters. Over these many decades, dozens of these innovative women have continued the Ursuline traditions of education and dedication to service, emboldened by St. Angela's directive to change according to the times. Sister Angela Krippendorf is representative of so many of the sisters who built Ursuline Academy. A graduate of the class of 1959, she joined the Ursuline Order and spent many decades at Ursuline Academy as teacher, administrator, and provincial of the Northeast Province. We recently visited Sister Angela at her home in Lewiston, Maine, and asked her to reflect on the legacy of the Ursuline sisters.
It was never a task as I saw it. I enjoyed it. I know the sisters enjoyed it. And I think it was always trying to do what was best for the girls and trying to get the girls to see that life is bigger than just myself. When I look back at Ursuline on Arlington Street and the heroic action that the sisters took to take and consider building a school at a time that they really didn't have the money to build the school. We were not an archdiocesan school, so we'd have to build our own. And I think it was a marvelous response to that spirit of change according to the times.
Changing with the times, as St. Angela encouraged them, the Ursuline sisters are well aware that their numbers are dwindling, and that, like ours, many Ursuline schools are operating without the physical presence of the sisters on campus. They have been proactive in sharing their wisdom so that the mission and vision of the Ursulines remains strong.
We are presently in a unique position that none of us have experienced in the past. We're totally turning over our schools and trying to share the Ursuline method of education. We need to continue the spirit of serviam, supporting the school, the long-term life of the school.
Ursuline Academy was the sisters' life work. We look back with gratitude for their incredible efforts and look forward, unified in our shared commitment to honor their legacy. Their spirit and embodiment of Serviam is a source of inspiration for each of us.
People have asked me time and again, how can we honor the sisters for the service that they have given? The best thing you can do is live in the spirit of St. Angela and the spirit of Serviam. You're building for the future, and whatever you can do to help move Ursuline forward for the next 75 years, we will then be having more and more women leaders that can do for the world, change according to the times, you know, and look at, it's gone from 1535 to 2022, you know, so we'll go for the next 75.
With the bold vision, courage, and perseverance that has been there from the start, the legacy of the sisters will continue to blaze a path for generations of young women to come.
I will not look at you.
Don't let it frighten you.
Picky. All right, I'm going to be good from now on. Ted, spare me.
Inside, we're good.
I have to be polite and quiet. They'll not know who's talking.
Irregular.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. That. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Glasses off. Sister.
Whoops.
Off.
I forgot I had them. These are readers. But darn it, they're no good anyway. They're dollar store too. I'm a smart Ursuline graduate, but I'm a slow learner. That's not. Did that record?
That is recorded.
Now watch that show up when it doesn't belong there.